Cryptocurrencies had a great year in 2021. One company, Grayscale Investments, found that almost half of the people who own Bitcoin, BTC, in the United States did not buy the currency until this year. People are buying non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and decentralized finance all the time, and some of the top cryptocurrencies saw gains of more than 5,000% in the last few months. How about 2022? To start, let's take a look at 6 crypto trends you should keep an eye on. 1. Gaming and the metaverse are going to keep getting bigger. At the end of 2021, blockchain gaming was at its best. Axie Infinity, AXS, led the way when it came up with the idea of play-to-win games. This, along with better graphics and gameplay, led to a surge in demand for crypto games. Play-to-earn games let people get tokens in the game that they can trade for money on a cryptocurrency exchange. They can do this for real money. This is because when Facebook decided to change its name to Meta, it put virtual worlds in the spotlight. Even though metaverses have been growing in popularity for a long time. Until now, it isn't clear what these virtual worlds will look like. For example, will they be decentralized, or will corporations rule the space? But because crypto is the most likely form of payment in the metaverse, we can expect crypto to be a part of this change. 2. Web3 will start to form. Next, Web3 is the next generation of the internet. It's a decentralized space where people get paid for sharing their time or building communities, or for posting messages on the internet. It's connected to the games and metaverses above, but it has a lot more to say about the world. In the same way metaverses are still unknown, it's not yet clear how Web3 will work. There are some people who think it's a good time for people to get away from big corporations who are in the middle of their web browsing and social media. Instead, we'd be in charge of our own data and get tokens for participating. We think this is the best way to play crypto. Here's why. If you're looking for a long-term solution for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and all the other cryptocurrencies, we've found one company that fits the bill. There is a good chance that you have already used this company's technology in the last few days, even though you haven't had an account or even heard of the company until now. There are a lot of people who do this now. Take the first step. Companies that already exist are already trying to figure out how to stay relevant, so we're not likely to see the big players get pushed out of the game. When you're an investor, you should keep everything that has to do with the Web3 on your mind. 3. There will be more rules and government involvement. For a lot of this year, the thought of more strict crypto regulations around the world has kept the crypto market in the dark. The governments of China and El Salvador have shown that they can no longer ignore cryptocurrency. This is because governments can no longer ignore it. The government may do this in a few different ways. Regulations for stablecoins. They are cryptos whose value is linked to another thing, like gold or the US dollar. They also worry about how some of these coins are backed and whether they have enough money to support a run on one coin. Expect new rules next year. Crypto regulation has been boosted. In addition to stablecoin rules, governments are trying to figure out how to protect investors without stifling the whole industry. During this year, there has been a lot of talk, which is likely to turn into action in 2022. People who use digital currencies made by the central bank, CBDCs. There are a lot of governments that are thinking about making their own CBDCs or govcoins, like a digital dollar. This is different from other cryptocurrencies because these would be backed by central banks and governments. All eyes are on China, which is almost done with its digital yuan pilot project. 4. We'll see even more people adopt. In Chainalysis report, by the end of Q2 2021, the number of people around the world who used crypto was up more than 880% from the previous year. During the last few years, we've seen more people buy cryptocurrency for the first time. There are more stores that accept cryptocurrency and people can get more ways to buy and earn interest on their cryptocurrency. WhatsApp recently started a pilot project that lets people send crypto payments just like they would send a picture or text message. This means that people can send crypto payments just like they would send a picture or text message. As more and more platforms work to make both cryptocurrencies and decentralized finance more accessible, that trend is likely to continue in 2022, too. 5. We'll also see more interest from the government and other groups in this area. There was more money invested in crypto this year than there was in all of the previous years put together, according to data from PitchBook Data. It also found that 62% of global institutional investors who didn't have any crypto exposure plan to start investing in it next year. There's a growing sense of trust in cryptocurrency as an asset class, which will only grow stronger with certain regulatory changes. Following the launch of the first futures ETF in November, the price of Bitcoin went up. Many people are hoping that the SEC will allow a spot ETF that would allow people to buy and sell Bitcoin rather than Bitcoin derivatives. 6. Among other things, some cryptos will not work at all. As is often the case with crypto, people are split on whether prices will rise or fall. As it turns out, we're likely to see both, because it doesn't look like cryptocurrency will stop being volatile anytime soon. Cryptocurrency, on the other hand, can be very risky. A lot of coins have already failed, and a lot of existing projects don't have the basics to keep them going through bad times. Only invest money that you can afford to lose, and don't think that every cryptocurrency will make huge gains at the same time. A new technology called blockchain has a lot of potential, but we're only just beginning to see how it can change a lot of different businesses. But there are still a lot of things we don't know, so it's important to be careful. One thing is for certain. This year in crypto land is going to be even more crazy than the last one was. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.